Hello and welcome at today's episode of the Entrepreneurial Attitude, the podcast where we explore the interesting world of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. I am Viorica Dumitru, student ID number 19597, a business analyst here at ABC Consultancy Agency, where we empower organizations and individuals to thrive in today's fast-changing business landscape. In this episode, we'll dive into the fundamental concepts of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. So, whether you are a startup founder or a leader within an established company, understanding these theories can reveal new ways to growth and resilience. Entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. Definition and differentiation of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the process of creating a new venture to get personal, social, or economic goals. At its foundation, it's about recognizing opportunities, innovating, and taking calculated risks to bring new ideas to life. Entrepreneurship is about individuals which occur like entrepreneurs inside their company, driving innovation, improving processes, and creating value from within. In today's dynamic market, adopting a culture of entrepreneurship is vital for businesses that want to remain competitive. I will highlight the key differences between entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship. Entrepreneurship is about creating new businesses where individuals take on personal risks. Entrepreneurs build new businesses, often driven by a personal vision or occasion. Entrepreneurship occurs within an existing organization. They act like entrepreneurs, but they leverage the company's resources to drive innovation, create new products, or improve processes without assuming the personal financial risks. Significance of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship in different types of organizations. Entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship are essential drivers of innovation and development in organizations of all sizes. The organizations must continuously innovate to stay competitive. Entrepreneurship and innovation are at the core of wealth creation and continuous innovation. Both incremental and radical is increasingly seen as essential to maintain competitive advantage both for companies and for nations as a whole. Innovation may be risky, but no innovation is riskier still. In startups and small enterprises, entrepreneurship is the engine of innovation where founders identify market openings and take risks to establish new ventures. For example, Airbnb disturbed the hospitality sector by creating a program that connected travelers with hosts, tapping into a previously untapped market segment. In contrast, entrepreneurship happens within established organizations, authorizing employees to act entrepreneurially to drive innovation from within. Entrepreneurship allows organizations to control internal talent and resources to drive innovation from within. An example is Google's 20% time policy, which enabled employees to spend part of their work week on create projects. This method led to the creation of products like Gmail, Teams. Encouragement of entrepreneurial projects resulted in the innovation of the iconic post-it notice. Impact of SMEs on the economy. Locally, SMEs contribute to job creation, stimulate economic activity, and support social unity by securing wealth in society. For example, local retailers, restaurants, and service efforts not only produce employment but also reinforce community ties and resilience. Regionally, SMEs raise economic diversification. By operating in technology, manufacturing, or services, they reduce dependence on single industries and create animated regional economies. Think about the role of SMEs in regional tech hubs like Cambridge or manufacturing groups in the Midlands, which collectively foster regional competitiveness and innovation. Nationally, SMEs shape the backbone of the economy. In the UK, for example, SMEs represent over 99% of all businesses and contribute more than half of total employment and GDP. Globally, they represent about 90% of businesses and more than 50% of employment worldwide. Formal SMEs contribute up to 40% of national income (GDP) in emerging economies. These numbers are significantly higher when informal SMEs are included. According to our estimates, 600 million jobs will be needed by 2030 to absorb the growing global workforce, which makes SME development a high priority for many governments around the world. In emerging markets, most formal jobs are generated by SMEs, which creates 7 out of 10 jobs. Also, SMEs are frequently at the front of environmental and social innovation, developing sustainability goals on a global scale. Environments that foster or hinder entrepreneurship. The environment plays a fundamental role in influencing whether entrepreneurship thrives or struggles. A supportive environment includes access to resources, clear regulatory frameworks, and a culture that encourages innovation and risk-taking. For example, countries like the United States and the UK foster entrepreneurship through strong legal protection for intellectual property, active venture capital markets, and strong support networks for startups. Moreover, social and cultural factors from the entrepreneurial landscape. Silicon Valley is a classic example. Its culture of collaboration, knowledge sharing, and tolerance for failure has generated a globally recognized innovation hub. On the other hand, definite factors can hinder entrepreneurship. Extreme bureaucracy, lack of financing, weak legal protections, and cultures that punish failure create adverse environments for new ventures. For instance, in regions with excessive regulatory barriers or rigid labor laws, the costs and risks of starting a business can discourage entrepreneurship. Globally, differences in access to technology and infrastructure also play a role. In numerous developing economies, insufficient internet connectivity or financial services can restrain entrepreneurial activity. Conclusion. As we understood, both entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship play a critical role in driving innovation, resilience, and growth. Entrepreneurs take risks to launch new um, ventures, transforming ideas into value, while entrepreneurs bring that disposition of creativity and innovation within existing organizations. Together, they contribute not just to business success, also to broader economic development. Whether you are a startup founder, a corporate leader, or a policy maker, fostering entrepreneurial thinking is key to navigating today's changing business landscape and creating a sustainable future. Thanks for listening. Stay curious, stay innovative, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Until next time.